Good evening and welcome to the White Hag kitchenette as it's known. This is where we keep the glassware. That's the glassware we're allowed to use in the brewery. And that little press behind me. You're joining us on a cold, bitterly cold, windy, dark Thursday evening here in the White Hag. We are at the moment in full flow for Christmas, so we're getting Christmas boxes out, doing corporate events. We are doing packing the last of the Advent boxes and Christmas boxes we're doing directly for consumers. We're also getting the last of the stock out. On top of that, we're getting a bunch of beer actually into tanks. As you see behind me, the lads are dry hopping at the moment here. We're getting beer into tanks for Beer 52, which you should hopefully see in end of January, February, whenever the guys get the beer out. But for now, we're on the last week's wind down to Christmas, and it's Christmas Fest, Cyberfest Christmas edition. I'm not sure, but we're here. So what you guys are looking for is a beer tasting, and I'm going to introduce my colleague, business partner, Joe, who is the master brewer here with us in the White Hag, and he's going to bring you through the two beers we have sent you for Cyberfest.
Eggnog was extremely challenging. We actually, full disclosure, used flavoring. So natural flavoring, but flavoring. There's no such thing as eggnog flavoring that we could find that was good, so we made a combination of flavors, basically, and the only natural flavoring in this was essentially like a rum flavor. We didn't have time to do rum barrels, and I didn't trust doing a low alcohol beer in barrels anyway. So
that's what we talked about originally, right? Doing rum barrels.
Yeah, we were originally going to do rum barrels, but at 6%, you're running the risk of infection and stuff. Yeah. There's not a lot of alcohol there to keep it. So, but essentially, a typical kind of American or North American style eggnog, which would be nutmeg forward. Nutmeg forward, a bit of cinnamon, and vanilla. Obviously, didn't want any egg flavor at all. But
who wants egg? Who wants egg beer? No one wants egg beer.
We're just going for the actual drink flavor, and when you drink eggnog, you can't taste eggs anyway. So it's just eggs and eggnog just make it is a mouthfeel thing. So we'll sit it down here so you can.
Yeah, we're gonna get a look at it, but also I want some of my glass.
Oh yeah, that's your glass, is it?
That's my glass there.
There you go. For you a little bit there.
Oh yeah.
Here's for Bob. That's what she looks like. So essentially like almost like a cream ale base. Just wanted something that was the beer flavor wasn't really going to come through, but still had some chewiness, some mouthfeel. So you have a vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and then like just a hint of rum there, because traditionally eggnog would be an alcoholic drink. So
eggnog's a big drink in the US, right? US, Canada,
Christmas
this time of year.
Yeah.
Christmas, yeah.
Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you're going to see eggnog being done. Most people do it homemade. Mike here, our own Mike, the brewer, he makes eggnog every year because we have our own little.
Mike? No sign of Mike. He's just sulking.
We do our own little American Thanksgiving because there's a handful of us here, and he makes eggnog for that, and then he'll come over on Christmas and makes eggnog, and it's delicious. It's usually really boozy, but that's what you want. You don't want to taste eggs. You want to taste booze.
You don't. Who wants to taste eggs at Christmas? No one wants to taste eggs at Christmas.
The history of eggnog is extensive and kind of convoluted. Nobody really knows, but it seems to be a thing. I'm happy with how it came out, considering we kind of made it from scratch. And obviously on the nose, you're gonna get that nutmeg and rum. I do anyways. And then flavor wise, it's kind of it's like that vanilla cream ale. And it finishes with a little bit more than that nutmeg. The cinnamon is really calmed down on this. I think it's been in the can now for a couple weeks, so it's really coming together. It's quite nice. It's soft.
It's actually softened out a lot.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
Everything came together on it. tastes a lot like nutmeg.
It's a lot like nutmeg. It may not be entered in any beer awards, right? We're not going to go to the Germans and enter it in one of the classic.
I don't think it would. Yeah, I don't think it would work in the German purity law aspects for sure. But it was a bit of crack for Christmas and fun to do, and a little bit stressful. But I think we got it there. Can't be too upset with it.
Look, I think it was a beer that we talked to Beer 52 about. We talked to Callum and Fraser and the guys about doing the beer, and we're pretty happy with doing experimental beers for you guys on the basis that it's a Christmas beer. It's a seasonal beer. It's a beer we want to try doing.
It's challenging, so it makes it kind of fun. Changes things up. It's not like making session IPA all day every day.
All right. What we have to admit today is that our regular video guy isn't available at all this week. So we're walking around with a gimbal and we're shaking it all over the place because that's, I think, what you're supposed to do. But thanks for joining us. Thanks to Doug and Richard and all the guys in Beer 52 inside Beer Fest. Enjoy yourselves. If you have any questions, we're going to be watching, so stick them in the comments on the side. If you have any abuse, just give that straight to Doug. Don't bother commenting us or tagging us in it. And have a great Christmas. We'll hopefully see you in the new year.
Watch it.
Cheers. Galak.